But I enjoyed it for kind of a throwaway popcorn type of film. Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to compare his.
I don't think how many songs are in this.
Oh, a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many, and they're all mostly just forgettable. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to depict his portrayal as Willy Wonka as like completely different from fucking Johnny Depp. I know you haven't seen it, but
I saw enough of that movie.
So
that Johnny Depp, I hated.
Yeah,
so
that's why I'm liking this more because obviously the way he did it, like there's some
Johnny Depp was a creepy predator.
Oh,
Yes, it was just disgusting. I hate him. I don't know what he's doing, and I didn't get it.
And I like this one way better.
Timothy does he dips into a little bit of Gene Wilder, but he brings more of a youthful, wide-eyed, open, learning and just confident in his one ability, and then winning people over like that because he is like pure good. He's like pure.
Yeah, one of the criticisms of Gene Wilder for a long time is like, hey, this Willy Wonka kind of seems like he hates kids.
Yes.
And then so it's like he's supposed to be, be a kid.
This
the embodiment of
loves people.
Yeah, so this one
hates.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow. So
I love it. That's how I like it.
Yeah, so they kind of swapped over a little bit, but like I said, I think they went a little silly. Even like that is with me understanding that I don't like that kind of stuff, but even for kids, like you didn't have to go as silly, and I think it would have, the movie would have flowed better together because I mean there's some dark stuff and some like really touching stuff that they try to finish on, and he's like doing zany things in the background. It's like, come on, you have to know when to
I just chalked it up to it's a musical.
So the prequel has 11 songs in total, and I know 2 of those were Pure Imagination and then the Oompa Loompa. So you can -2, so you got like 9. And of those 9, I'd probably say I thought 3 were acceptable. The other ones were just like average. Like I was just letting them pass. Do your thing. I know that's what you need.
Yeah.
We can go into what those are as we go into the spoiler section, but I enjoyed the bright visuals, the magic of Willy Wonka's interesting creations in chocolate, and just these ingredients I really enjoyed. Now, do I really buy that this, this supposed poor penniless man who has no skills in other areas except for making chocolate, makes these concoctions with fucking silk from Constantinople and milk from Zimbabwe or whatever he says. It's fucking impossible.
Hey, look, you gotta buy
whatever. It's the magic, and I like this. Exactly. I wanted to be a magician, and so I like that kind of ties in there. So it goes. Yeah, you like magician. It goes back and forth between this fantasy land. You have to accept in this world there's certain things, and that's why I was willing to accept a lot of the other things that occur in this particular world, this fantasy world. I am curious if this does well enough, because if they want to continue films in this particular version, and or if it's like a one and done thing. You never know. If it makes $1 billion, they're gonna fucking continue it with Timothy as Willy Wonka. But if it doesn't do too well, then maybe it'll just stay as a one-off prequel, and that's fine. Honestly, that's fine. So this one, I would say, is safe to bring the kids to. I think you'd have a good time. I think the kids would have a good time. So this one, I would recommend you go out in theaters. Let's go ahead with final verdicts.
Go ahead, Alex.
I'm struggling between a 6 and a 7 because I think that this is at least an above average film, and I did enjoy quite a bit of it. It's weird because you feel like you're being manipulated when he starts singing Pure Imagination. It's like, how dare you? But but it's there, and it's something that a lot of things do. So I think I will go up to the 7. I think it is a it's a sweet movie. There's some charm to it, and it loses all of its points because I think that this, like other directors, I think have forgot. Like they make movies like they don't understand children. Where it's like kids can appreciate, and you don't have to dumb everything down for kids.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just went too far with that kind of stuff. And I think that, you know, even little kids can watch the original movie.
Are you saying this one went too far to be dumbed down?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they went extra zany and extra wacky and tried to do some, like, you know, some other things, and then they put things in for the parents there, you know, the stuff with the family element. So, but I think that they did a good job, so I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay, and Joe?
I'm going to go with 7 as well. I enjoy the musical. Some of it, obviously, some of the songs weren't very good. Not enough Oompa Loompa for me. As they are, come on. But
we have one Oompa Loompa from, what's his name? Hugh Grant.
Yeah, but that was
the
it.
British version of an Oompa Loompa.
Quick, it was funny.
Distinguished, refined.
Yeah.
Well-spoken Oompa Loompa, and it's a variation of an Oompa Loompa we haven't seen before, and I thought it was creative.
No, it was. So I enjoyed it, but again, like some of these songs, I like musicals, but these aren't very memorable songs, except for the ones they kind of cheat on. Mm-hmm. Good, heartfelt story. Your family's going to love this. So 7 for me.
In terms of the directors, the guy that did Paddington wrote and directed. Paddington 2 wrote and directed, which was a joke, the best movie ever or something. Other films, I forget which one that was. And apparently there's going to be another Paddington in Peru, but Paul King didn't direct. He's not going to direct that one. He only wrote it. But he directed and wrote this one, Wonka. And I thought it was solid. I basically, you know, and I don't like musicals. Like, I kind of avoid musicals. I'm crabby, I'm grumpy, and it did enough that I was like, all right, you know, I'm having a good time. When you make me laugh, and you have that kind of childlike wonder and the fantasy and the magic and the different candies and people just enjoying the candies, and evil people getting their kind of comeuppance, being overwhelmed by the personality of Wonka and goodness in the world. I like it. And it's so like Joe said, it's a good movie to take your family to. So I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10 as well. I think that's solid. And that's high for me for musicals. So while the music itself isn't what held this film up, I think the performances, the comedy, and the writing does well. Okay.
So the original number 1. This one number 2.
Yeah. Original, we're talking 10 out of 10 for me. This one, I think, is a 7. I can see people giving it a 6. And then...
But still number 2 out of...
and then Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I literally would give a 2 out of 10, Joe. I want to know your rating on that
one. Below average.
4?
No.
There's no way you would give it a 4, Joe. What redeeming qualities did that have? I want you to tell me one sequence you liked.
It was stupid. No, it was just so stupid. Everything.
Stupid.
Like, I didn't like...
What about the squirrel nuts?
No.
You didn't like the squirrel nuts part?
No.
I saw that in the commercial.
Saw that one, and then the Oompa Loompas.
All the Oompa Loompas are
the rock version of whatever they're doing.
There was one chocolate baron that would vomit every time somebody said, poor people. The poors, yeah. That's what I do when I hear about the songs that are in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory 2005. What would you rate it?
His grandpa. Let's go with 3.
Okay, 3 out of 10. All right, well, that's our review for Wonka. If you want to stick with us, we can go into the spoilers. And, so check it out in theaters, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Okay, so basically,
we find out who Willy Wonka's dad is. It's the...
What?
Yeah.
We did?
It's that fish guy. It's his mom.
Alex?
Oh, it's the bestiality movie. You remember the long story that the reason the Hobbit movies were garbage is because Guillermo del Toro left the project and he wanted to make a movie about bestiality. Mm-hmm. Well, the main character from that movie has sex with the fish man from Hellboy. And then,
way out there because the actress
is the one that had
lady in the water or whatever, the water lady. Yeah. No, Joe.
Spoilers.
I got you.
We don't know anything about his father, which I'm a little angry with. He only cares about his mother, And so we learned that Wonka is mama's boy. This is not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
It's
He's a mama's boy. And she was poor, and they lived on a boat. They were in the forest or something, floating on the river. And every day she would come back with one cocoa bean. Now, whether she's stealing these cocoa beans from the actual Oompa Loompas, maybe, or I don't know where she's getting them.
Yeah, but they keep
that's true.
Look, throughout the movie, they're inconsistent in what they call cocoa beans, by the way, which is not accurate because there's pods, and pods contain beans, and they were mixing them up throughout the whole movie. And if your whole movie's about fucking chocolate, then you can fuck right off.
You get it right or pay the price.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were so poor, one bean a day, and then during holidays or Christmas time or whatever, she would make one chocolate bar. And he saved
best
it, and it was kind of like a little keepsake.
Chocolate works,
and it looks like the golden ticket thing. And while she died and passed away, she told her, "When you share your chocolate with the world, I will be there, and I'll tell you the secret." But then she passed away. It's sad. And then the first time he shares his chocolate with the world, it goes horribly wrong. Because all the fucking barons hatch a scheme to poison the fucking chocolate.
It's too good.
Even the barons, when they put the chocolate in the mountain, and then they have to lie their ass off.
It's funny because he gives them all free samples of this new chocolate.
Yeah, I can't be like, hey, you didn't pay for that. Hey, get your ass back.
Not only that, everyone starts floating.
It's filled with bugs.
Okay.
It's filled with bugs.
He says that.
The very
people
first
start eating it.
He roofies people. He gives them the Cosby.
Man, this is dark.
Yeah, like he's giving people the Cosby special, where it's like.
Then they have to fart it out. So
they fart out bugs.
Bugs, farting, wine, whiskey, regrets.
Yeah, there's all sorts of weird stuff in the chocolate.
What's it called when you the call of shame when you're trying to call like your ex?
They just said he's gonna do something to regret.
Yeah.
So he's got all sorts of different candy concoctions that he pulls out. He's got a little mini box.
He milks a giraffe.
He does milk a giraffe in this film, and he asked permission, so it was consensual.
Yeah, that time, but he drugged a man to get there.
Yeah, that's true.
He liked the chocolate.
But it's a gift. It's a gift for thanking them for their service.
Are not gifts.
No. It ultimately brought that guard together with the love of his life, which I was very disappointed. I was thinking at some point in the film, here's something that didn't work. When the little orphan girl is talking about her mom and her little story, they leave room on the side of the frame so that they can do some drawings. I didn't like that. You're just like literally spelling it out for your audience, and everybody's staring at that. I'm just ignoring that because the animation sucks. This is nothing. And you see on her face, and you see her performance, and you can see it there. You can use your own imagination.
No, but kids are stupid.
Like they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That didn't work. And but the point that I was making, I now lost. Son of a bitch. Yeah. So and this one, this is clearly not the Willy Wonka that we know from Gene Wilder's version. Because where is this little orphan girl? Where are his fucking helpers? You have an accountant. So eventually he starts the song off. Starts with a song. Has like 12 shillings to 12 silver pieces, which people keep taking advantage of. By the end of the song, he's got nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. And he needs a place to stay. He goes, this one guy with the most evil voice ever, but I loved his voice.
He's great.
Tom Davis. Yeah. And he basically forces him into indentured servitude with this huge contract. And it's like, okay, the little orphan girl, though, who is already forced to work here, helps him out because she thinks he's funny and charming. And she's like, hey, read the fine print. So you think, okay, he's gonna notice. And he goes, everything looks fine here, and he signs it anyway. So I'm like, okay, he's gonna have this grand master plan by the end of the film. He's gonna turn it all around on them. And no, it turns out that this motherfucker can't read.
He can't read, and he's drugging people.
They were very poor. They were on a boat. When the fuck did he go to school, Joe?
He didn't go to school. He just taught himself chocolate only.
Yeah, that's why his chocolates are so good. He taught himself magic, and he taught himself chocolate.
What else do you
The thing is, he taught himself real magic somehow. I don't know how. It wasn't fake magic. It was real magician magic, apparently. And he taught himself chocolate making. So, anyways, he signs the fucking thing, which forces him into a really bad deal. It costs him 10,000 shillings, silver pieces, to get out of this. But yet he's going to sell chocolate on the side. And that's when we have our hijinks and cool stuff. And, man, there's just this funny-ass sequence where he tries to distract the lady of the house and, you know, her brute enforcer, Bleacher, by getting them together. She has a weakness for noblemen, and then they make up this story that Bleacher is secretly a nobleman from a poor country or something. And the scene when he comes out,
he's got that outfit, by the way. Did you know he has that exact outfit? He bought it years ago.
I do. I bought it for Oktoberfest.
What? So is it that high? So I can see your legs?
Yes.
So here's what it is. Is Willy Wonka's like, hey, man, you need to show her some thigh, and show her some ankle, and show her some knees. Naked.
But if you really want to make her blush, show her some thigh.
Show her some thigh. And so he does. He puts on the outfit that Joe has. It's like the little German boy.
Lederhosen.
Yeah, and it's so funny. It's great. Loves the sequence.
Yeah.
And they have fun with it. They teased at these two, you know, hooking up or, you know, him loving her. And they do that subplot. But yeah, go ahead and take it. Somebody take it.
Yeah, so they develop these bad guys, and then he's just selling chocolate, and he's becoming more successful. But the three cartel, heads, the Slugworth and the two other ones that don't matter as much, have this thing set up where they own the city. They're bribing the police with chocolate. They can bribe the courts. They can bribe everything. They have this huge supply of chocolate hidden under the cathedral, and then so Rowan Atkinson is like the corrupt chocolate loving, bishop.
That was some weird shit. All these monks chanting and the chocolate fiends. Oh, I fucking forgot it again. So I was a little disappointed that they do the animation. So I was kind of crapping on the animation. Another animation is shown at one point that shows all of this operation. That one works because we need to see it in a quick form. But in that explanation, they mention there's one female guard and she knows karate or kung fu or something. So I was like, okay, at some point, Willy Wonka or somebody, the Oompa Loompa's gonna have to fight this crazy ass bitch for doing flips and shit, and that never happened.
They reviewed it.
Yeah, maybe it's in a deleted scene and they got rid of it because they did mention that you know some kind of kung fu karate.
Never got it.
Go ahead.
I was disappointed in that.
Yeah, and so the plan is they need to earn enough money to get out of bondage. So they owe these people all this money. He's gonna open up his own place, and then it's successful. He's selling it on the streets. And he's running away from the cops, even though they bribed him to keep him off of it. And then eventually they earn enough to go legitimate and own a storefront. And they have this major grand opening.
So the first chocolate, let me just go through some of the chocolates. So the first chocolate is the one that has bugs in it.
It has bugs in it.
Apparently floating bugs, and everybody enjoys that when they float up. Then what's the next one?
The second one is the silver linings one. He gives it to her. It's filled. Yeah,
it's the idea. It's got a little cloud lightning, and you go, Wait, you just went twice.